Maybe. Welcome in.
What's up, Dale?
How you doing, Mr. Rocky?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So looking forward to the night. Big announcements tonight. So
yeah. Well, in the pre-show, Mr. Mo Diggity, yes, I have already been hitting the bottle. You know us. We don't start anything without, and it's been one of those days.
It has.
So yes, I started a little early. Ooh. Still cold. Here's to you, Rocky. Everybody else out there drinking some horns down tonight.
Here's to Dan and his root canal.
Yeah, Dan and his root canal. That's why Dan's not here. If you guys are wondering,
yeah, he might.
What's up with Dan?
But Dan had a root canal today, so
yeah. All right, let me address one other thing here. Why do I have it on multiple channels? This morning, I was in a weakened state, and I just hit it to everything I had access to. That's why it's on my channel tonight, too.
It's all right.
So, how you been?
Good. Doing honeydews so I can fish Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. So an evening of honeydews before I got on here and make Mama happy. So
I know you beat me into the studio here because I was busy making bacon and eggs, and the wife cooked up some biscuits, and I was busy eating some buttermilk biscuits.
I told Mama she was on room for supper. I had to get in here and get set up. So, but we're good.
Well, and then my setup behind my computer here has got all my work stuff because they kicked us out of the office due to mold. Imagine that. So, do you see my shot glass? It's baseball.
Baseball season. Sooner boys came back with a win the other night.
And a grand slam last night for the win.
Softball girls are about to take the record. I like it.
Yeah, they're tied at 161 home runs on the season. They had $4 beer, $4 hot dogs last night because they were 4 home runs away from breaking it. They hit 3. So, where are we starting? I forgot what what's our first big announcement? Is it our announcement?
Yeah, it's ours. Let's do ours.
All right. First big we got multiple big announcements, guys.
Breaking news.
We got multiple. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Woka Classic. We set a date. April 3rd and 4th.
Lake Murray.
Yeah, y'all knew it was Lake Murray, but we do have the date set. October 3rd and 4th.
We'll adjust a couple things on them times. Me and Dell and Dan talking. We're gonna fish that day of the 3rd, like a normal day, and then the 4th we're gonna cut her off at 2:00 in the afternoon so we can have a good awards ceremony. So, time at the Woka Classic, the championship for Woka, October 3rd and 4th. I'm fired up. It's gonna be a good one.
You know what? Who would have thought we're about to do our 4th event since February 28th? The season's already flying along. It seemed like all winter crawled along, and here we are announcing an October date, and before we know it, we're going to have Modog complaining that he's sweating during the day at these events, and why don't we do more night events?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll get to the cooler weather again soon. So, I guess that leads us to our next big announcement tonight. So, everybody in chat, this is a big announcement. I hope there's the number I see keep going up. Come on, we need more people. So, I need you guys in the chat to tell me what this photo has to do with our next big announcement. I know, Modog, the chat's always behind.
Modog
yeah.
cold, he says. Modog sweats in the cold.
This photo has something to do with our next big announcement. And yes, I was texting with Dink this morning at 7 a.m. A bunch of drunk people. Well, I mean, you guys have not been following that path that I was trying to set so I could win something this year.
Mm-hmm.
That was a selling point for Horns Down when I was like, my goal is to get everybody drunk so I have a chance to win. And they're like, we're in. They are not coming out to our next tournament, Curtis. Not coming out to our next tournament. What else? We got 8 people watching. I know Rocky's one of them, so we got 7. I need another good guess for a big, think big announcement, guys. Not just us. Think big.
We've been around some of these guys. They can't think much some nights, especially if Curtis has had one with us. So, hey, Tim Vaughn's in the house.
Tim Vaughn's in? How do you see Tim Vaughn?
Hey, Mark. Oh, Mark, look at there.
Hey, that's kind of cheating, though. That is kind of cheating because
he does have the Dink shirt, so
yeah. The Oklahoma Kayak Fishing State Championship.
Presented by Horns Down and the West.
Presented by Horns Down.
And
yes, I
guess we could say, and what do you say? Managed by the Western Oklahoma Kayak Anglers Association this year.
Yeah, we are the host club this year.
There you go.
So that's why we get to announce it tonight. We had we had 9 different people on a conference call last night.
I believe so.
From
10.
From OKC KFC, OKA, Southern Oklahoma kayak anglers. We were all on there discussing.
Yeah, that gentleman
we'd already
from Tulsa Bath-Thon was on. We did not have anybody from Rivertown, but they're part of it.
Yeah, we were basically deciding, do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? And the decision was it's going to rotate amongst the different clubs in the state to host. And we stepped forward and said, we'll be the guinea pigs.
And so we are. Yeah, one neat decision when he talks about decisions. So we host the tournament. We, as TDs here, we haven't done it yet. We're waiting on some information from Joe Keys. But we will pick the lake, and we will use the Western Oklahoma Kayak Anglers set of rules. So,
yes,
as we set our rules in stone, and we talk about that a little bit later on some, as we change, as we learn with me and Dell and Dan, when we're ready for the tournament, when the tournament goes live on Tourney X, our rules will be on there. So that'll be kind of cool. Yep. So everything we do this year as Western WOCA, that is what the tournament will follow.
Yep. So we're going to still have the third-party judging. We're going to obviously use Tourney X. Hoping to get, 50 people across the state. So it will be invite. We will send out a certain number of invites per organization. But roughly 50 to 60 people.
Me and Joe talked about by the time you have your invites, when we're gonna set that number here at the next state championship meeting, and then when you add in the board of directors or the tournament directors to the total, we kind of see maybe 70, 75. So in some years where OKA or something, might repeat a lake they do good at, we're probably going to have to look outside our scope to get a bigger lake to get a lot of people on. So,
yeah, because the only thing we fish that's probably even close to big enough for that number would be Foss.
Yeah, and I'd hate to put 75 people on Foss. I think you would. Yeah. I mean, hell, 20 of us were bumping booties every now and then, wanting to get out of the
Yeah.
wind. So if we have a windy day, but man, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have another meeting in a couple months as we set everything up. We've kind of got us a date picked. We're making sure that date works with the rest of the clubs. Most of them have said yes. But man, this is going to be fun. And then Hornsdown's coming on, going to bring the big bottles,
Yep.
going to bring some sponsorship, as well as every other club is going to bring sponsors. And we'll spend some time later this summer talking to Shields and Academy and all the big names about, hey, this is a state deal. So hopefully we get a lot of giveaways and a lot of fun things.
Yeah, so for the Horns Down, I told Dink this morning what the announcement was, and I asked for this 12-foot apple pie bottle. And he's like, hell, I got one with vodka too. We'll send both of them. So, Curtis, you may have to make some extra room in your truck. But yeah, that is the biggest announcement for tonight.
Yeah, big deal. I think this is going to be awesome, and it's going to restart something that was done years ago. So next year, one of the other clubs will take it, and in 5 or 6 years, we will step up to the plate and do it again and grow this thing. So looking at it 2 day again, looking at, since it's our rules, probably doing the same thing, cutting the second day at 2 so we can have a good award ceremony. Going to be fun. Fun time. Going to be able to learn a lot from the other clubs, which we already are. We're learning. Participating with some of them.
I had to download the Wheel of Randomness on my phone for our team picking at the end tonight. Thanks a lot, Joe.
I used Joe's wheel for giveaways the other day where we at there at the Foss, so that worked a lot better than talking to Siri. So we're learning as we go. So
yeah. So start putting
on the
invite recommendations.
I saw real quick. I saw Curtis make a comment. When the invites go out, the people who are invited, which will probably be your top anglers. Whether we do it before or after AOI, that's yet to be decided, but it's going to cascade down. So, one of these guys that gets an invite says, man, I can't go. Because there's a lot of stuff going on. Trying to find a date in October was tough.
We know Joe Keys isn't going to be fishing it.
Yeah, but we will.
It's his wife's birthday that weekend, so
yeah, we'll cascade down to the next person available until we can fit everybody that is on there.
Yeah,
another motivational reason to fish our tournaments with AOI points. If you want to be a part of the state championship, do your best and rack them points up. Fish places you don't like to fish or whatever.
And Curtis, you'd be surprised. My very first year with Woka, I think they gave 5. Yeah, I think it was only 5 spots to Woka.
Yeah.
And I finished 9th. And I wasn't the last one that Tim messaged to get to go to the state championship. Because you said, that there's a lot of people that couldn't fish or that they fish multiple trails and they qualify for multiple trails and they're like, okay, I'll go represent from this trail.
Yeah.
That's happened too.
We're not set on 5 yet. That was a historic number.
Yeah, that was a historic number.
We're going to work on that next time the state championship board gets back together. So,
yeah. And then
I'm going to refill my drink.
I don't have my glasses on, Tim. I can't see. Is that a skunk? Oh, them deer. Yes, the deer. That was actually talked about last night. Is we didn't want to get too far into deer season. So, yeah, that's part of it. Deer season, but we wanted to have it after everybody's championship. So we've set ours for the 3rd. OKA has their classic on the 3rd. And then OKC KFC has theirs on the 10th. So the first available weekend following everybody's championships was the 17th.
Southern ends their season in September. So
yeah. We did go through and look at everybody's schedule to make sure that, number one, we didn't schedule it on their championship classic weekend. So
And
the
then
17th was the first.
Halloween's on a weekend this year, so that threw a kink in it. We didn't want to alienate people who had to take those youngins out.
And just so you know,
Candy
my
for
wife's going
Daddy
to
and
be
Mama to
pissed
actually
because
eat.
OU plays in Norman against Kentucky on the 17th. Football. So I'm going to miss a football game for this, just so you guys know. I'm not going to miss OU Texas again, Tim, but I'll miss Kentucky this time.
Yeah, OU Texas and my wife's birthday. We are, as long as we're TD, and we're going to finish that weekend. So, Mike, Big Mike, when I talked to Big Mike the other night, the OKC, he wanted me to give a shout out and make sure that everybody understands that the weekend, and let me look at his note here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Got it right here. State championships. OKC. September 12th, Arbuckle event for OKA is also the OKBN qualifier, the Oklahoma Kayak Bass Nation qualifier. I told him I would shout that out in case anybody's interested in that OKBN qualifier. September 12th on Arbuckle with OKA, and I believe we do not have anything that weekend. So I'm looking. I don't think we could. Yeah, we don't have nothing that weekend. So if you're part of that OKBN stuff and you want to try and qualify, September 12th, Arbuckle with OKA. Told him I'd give a shout out to that.
All right.
What other news did we have, sir? Just news.
Well,
the other news that we had, we got about 15 minutes here until Lance pops on, but some of us
I went to the
OKCF. Oh no, talk about that OU
news
quick. Talk about
that.
So
some OU news. I got a new shirt, new Columbia PFG shirt. Went to the baseball game. You guys know I OU season ticket holder, football, baseball, gymnastics. So went Friday night and they had bobbing in the park, fishing in the park, something. And my wife signed up as a student and she ended up winning. So I got a new shirt. But I also got a Lose All-American spinning rod and reel. Oh, but wait. Hold on.
There's more.
There's more. I can't knock over my bottle of horns down. I got a tackle box. And I hope Sean is watching because this tackle box is full. And right there on the top, I got some shaky heads, some Ned rigs, and then got a bunch of worms, some bobbers. I even got me bone-colored topwater. And, oh, wait, is this a quarter-ounce jig? Huh, might be a quarter-ounce jig. Dan, you can't have it.
Man, that is a Dan box.
Yeah, and some Gerber pliers and some line. Wait, what is this? Is this Z-Man down here? This is a Z-Man, but I haven't gone through this box yet. Oh, yeah, it's Z-Man. That's what the Ned rigs are. It's Elastec. These are Z-Man right here. So, yeah, they hooked me up. So it was the OU Bass Club, OU Bass Fishing Club. So you've seen all the colleges competing. They were the ones out there sponsoring. And, yeah, I got some good stuff. And then right up here, you can see that little OU. That is a backpack cooler that I also got. Well, my wife got. But, yeah, the Bass Club was sitting right behind us when she came walking up. You know what? That deserves another shot of horns down right there.
Hit it. In other news, while he's getting him another shot, some of us went over and fished a Thursday night event at Birchie with OKC KFC. Got to see how they did some stuff. The Shotgun launch was cool. That was kind of fun. It'd be neat.
Sorry if I cut anybody off.
Yeah. It'd
That
be
was fun.
It would be neat to have a drone shot of kayaks all leaving at the same time like that on a shotgun start. But that was a good time out there. A ton of small fish were caught, but we had a good time. Learned a little bit about their whole organization. Had some women and girls that fished with us. That was fun. And Modog tied for first, but then it went to Big Fish, and he ended up third. But and we had a great evening. What a great group.
Oh, yeah. If you get a chance, go fish their Tuesday night or weeknight. They pushed it from Tuesday to Thursday due to weather, but go fish their weeknight stuff if you're close enough.
$22 to get in. It was fun, man. It was great. There was like 22 or 23 of us. So I'm going over to Lake Liberty at Guthrie Tuesday night and hang out with him again because they're just a great group of folks. And I don't think it's any secret. We'll have Joe on some more. We'll have the other guys on some more, but we will be developing a schedule with them next year that will allow them to fish more with us to fish more with them. And then they've even proposed that we do a Southern I-44 border team challenge, us versus them.
Yeah.
We'll probably be throwing that in next year. So
start fishing Chickasha Lake.
Yeah.
We can throw down with them at Chickasha.
Modog says he got first, third.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really the second loser. He was he wasn't the first loser.
He was the second loser.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even Modog was a little quieted down. He wasn't cussing at people across the boat ramp.
Yeah. Well, Big Mike was going to give him disturbing the peace ticket, so shut his ass up.
Well, Big Mike tried to give me a speeding ticket, but he couldn't keep up with me after I took off.
Yeah. I keep looking over to see what's in chat, so if people got questions or anything, put them out there. Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know. I think Modog said sponsor got to work, but we'll make a run over to Guthrie this next week and see how that goes with them. And just having a good time learning some other groups. I'd like to get down and fish with Zachary Warren and the Southern guys. They're a small group. They got about 6 to 8, trying to get to 10 members. Their first first big year trying to get going. So if you see something, I'm just going to give a shout out to them. Let me pop up and just talk about SOK's schedule real quick. Not a whole lot. I mean, they don't do near as much as we do or OKC, but they fish a lot of. They fish a lot of Great Lakes. They fish Murray and Arbuckle and So June 6th, they go to McGee Creek. July 25th, they go to Eufaula. I don't know if we got something that day, but I love Porum Landing. August 8th, they're heading to Arbuckle. So if you want to fish Arbuckle in August, and we don't have anything on the 8th, I wish I had our schedule up.
We're doing our month long in August, so you can go fish Arbuckle and double dip at that event. Just make sure you got both identifiers.
Heck yeah! And then their classic is September 19th on Lake Texoma. So. And that's a great thought. August 8th.
Yeah, you
get a fish with them. You guys fished good at Arbuckle last year. Some of you guys did. What a great shot to go pre-fish with them and then fish with them on that day.
And I mean, any group that's fishing in the month of August, we're month long online. Just have that group's identifier and our identifier, and you're good to go.
There is no event for OKA in August. They skip. They go 6, 7, 9. So the fishing club, there's a Thursday, August 13th with OKC club that you could double up on. So yeah, quite a few. Didn't think much about that. So that's kind of cool. Well, and then Tim did just remind me. It does have to be west of I-35. Oh, well, we just Dadgummit. West of I-35. All right, scratch all that. Scratch those great ideas. Yeah, scratch that great idea because Arbuckle is east of I-35. So if somebody was fishing Gene in August, it would count. Gene in August in 2027. I like where you're going with that, son.
No, so I scratch what I said.
Yep,
You've
never
got to
mind.
be for August. You have to fish west of I-35. So Gene Nostat, Letra, Canton, Foss. Yeah,
Mountain. I know of,
Percy.
Comanche,
Yeah,
Dead
there's plenty of
Warrior.
bodies of water west of I-35.
Yeah, I'm thinking
All
Dead
right.
Warrior, Lake Vincent, Clear Lake, Evan Chambers up in these neck of the woods. And then I'm going south for a whole week in August. Going to take a week off. So go have some
I'm
fun.
gonna go rewatch this later so I can get the list of lakes again
That's
that you
right.
just rattled off. All right, so we got about what 5 minutes
We
before.
got
Hey,
5
there's
minutes.
Big Mike. There's Big Mike. We got about 5 minutes before hopefully our guest shows up.
Big
I'm
Mike.
just gonna pop Big Mike. Oh, dadgummit. There's Big Mike.
It's a good
All
time
right,
to tell Big Mike we need him on the podcast.
Yes. Come on, Big Mike. You need the link right now? I texted it to you because we have a new segment tonight. It is called Papa Rock Soapbox,
Papa Rock Soapbox.
where Papa Rock gets about 5 minutes to be the angry old man he is.
Papa Rock Meltdown is what my grandchildren call it, but I won't go there. But no, I wanted to just hop on the soapbox for a minute to let everybody know this is our first year. We're making some mistakes. We doing our damnedest to clean those mistakes up and then stick to our guns once we clean them up. We want to do the right things, like we did on Modog's. Oops, shit! Yeah, everybody knows Modog's finger over the fish. We will talk about that in depth. We won't use names next time, but we'll talk about that in depth on the Durant Lakes extended version of the captain's meeting. We'll pop up the rules. You might want to go back and look at some of your fish from previous weeks because you just can't throw it all on the dog. We all kind of might be in the dog house, but we stick to that rule. No fingers, no hands, no nothing behind those two fins, and quite a few fish would have got tossed out earlier this year. So we'll pop that up. We'll talk more about that. We've had a nice conversation with Josh Booth on keeping a better eye on that, and just wanted to hop on the old soapbox and say, give us a little help here. Give us a little break. Don't chew our ass too hard. We're trying to do the right things, and we're learning. We're learning the things Tim told us about why he needed to step away. And he's like, damn, dude, the stress, I need to step away. And then we're like, oh, hey, we're taking a little heat. Yeah, now we know why Tim stepped away. But
we're good with it, too.
We're trying to do the right things. We want to get this thing here in a couple of weeks where we got everything ironed out, where we can all, including myself, could just shut up and fish, as Senior said one day when I was visiting with him over at Foss. So that's it for this week's edition of the Papa Rock Soapbox. Nothing big. Just want to let you all know we're busting our ass, doing our best to learn our mistakes, see where we did some things a little weird. We made comments in the beginning about, hey, we're going to make some mistakes. We're going to try some weird stuff like that August event. I know some people that are retired in August are going to get to fish a hell of a lot more than some of the others, but we're just looking for those big 5 fish in August and having a good time, see how it goes. So bear with us and have fun, and we're going to have a hell of a good time at the team event. Trophies are made. We're ready to go, and I'm done. We'll get old Lance on here in a minute and talk about his win at Foss. And
well, I do not see Lance in here yet.
No, he's working on the truck, he told me, but he said easy enough, and he was going to jump in, and he's a minute away, so hopefully he gets on.
Okay. So Big Mike, during Papa Rock's soapbox, said he's game to come on, so we'll be reaching out to you because you're the first name that we always think about.
Yeah.
Of course, I did my own podcast for a while, and he was the first name I tried to get on.
He's a very popular man. You
show up especially in the state of Oklahoma.
You pull up at the boat ramp at Birchie, and you roll in behind Big Mike, and you're like, oh, damn, I'm fishing with the big time now.
Well, the first thing you think about when you're on the same ramp with him, if there's multiple ramps, is I must be fishing in the right spot. I must have chosen the right part of the lake.
Yeah.
But then I have to go grab that square bill and tie that on because I know that's what Big Mike's going to have tied on is a square bill.
I had a wonderful time, while we're waiting on Lance. I had a wonderful time getting to know Mike and John at Bassmaster 10 Killer last year. I didn't know a damn thing about it. He said, come on up to Pettit Bay. I went up there. I struggled a little bit, talked with Jason Ray. Jason threw me a bait that I'd never used. And next thing I know, I'm on the Score Tracker Live with Big Bass. And I got to hand that to Mike and John, and getting to hang out with those guys last year. Really got to know Mike well and just got a ton of respect for that man. He's there.
Yep.
There's old Lance in his shop there. Got his
What's going on?
The champ of Foss.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to pop up Tourney X that says you were the champ at Foss.
I got lucky.
Yeah, okay. So you're going to have to walk us through, and everybody else out there listening and that might be watching later on, how did you catch these fish at Foss?
So I got to pre-fish Friday, got there Friday morning. And last year was my first year on Foss. And I got to fish it 4 times last year. Obviously, the rain out that we had, I stayed and fished and was able to find some fish that day and then come back and we fished our actual tournament. And then I had a boat tournament there, was able to really run around the lake and see what it had to offer. That one actually got rained out as well. So I got to go a 4th time in the boat, all to this same lake that I never even been on until last year. Anyway, so we found a spot last year. It's called Mouse Creek. And the fish were there last year. This time of year, of course, we fished end of April, early May last year.
Yeah, something like that.
And so I kind of figured water temp's going to be the same. Fish are obviously going to be doing the same thing. So we ventured off in there, and sure enough, water kind of looks the same. And I knew it was going to be protected by that south wind Saturday. So I dove off in there and just got to fishing. And last year, the fish were in the grass. They wanted to be in the grass or the grass edge. And I was not getting bit. So I took, had a small, of course, we didn't have the wind Friday. I had a small weight and it was pegged. And so I just pulled that peg up and put one on bottom and turned it into like an 8 to 10 inch Carolina rig, essentially, but all same main line. And I was throwing at the grass, but I started getting bites 2 to 4 foot away from the grass edge. And once I started doing that, I literally went right back down the same water I didn't get bit in and started catching 16, 18 inch fish. And it was
that about the time I came around the point and kind of scared you because you didn't think anybody else had gone out there?
No. So this is still Friday. Friday we showed up and I wasn't catching anything. I mean, I was panicking. And so I fished till probably 1:30 just in that pocket Friday. And once I finally figured it out, I left. And we went around over to another cove, and the wind was pretty beating it up pretty good, but was able to still unload. And I just couldn't work that. Like I said, I was using literally a 1/8 tungsten weight, and anything heavier, and I was going to be hanging up and not floating that. I was using a lizard, and it wouldn't float as well. So I stayed that lightweight. And I tried spinner baits, I tried chatter baits, just like everybody else, and I just wouldn't find it on that way. So I told myself, I was like, well, I'm going to stick that in my hand, and if it happens, it happens. I was able to get just a few fish on a fluke later in the day, but they didn't want it in that overcast morning. But fast forward into the tournament, I literally, what do we have? 30-mile-an-hour gust at least, if not sustained.
It was getting up there.
And so I knew if I could get in there early, I could at least have a section of that pocket in Mouse Creek that I knew I could get bit. And I was able to be one of the first to push off. And I literally made a beeline straight for the little pocket inside this pocket. And I literally stayed there till at least 9 or 10 before I even moved. I literally positioned right in the center of the pocket and put my anchor down, and I just stayed there making as far as a cast as I could. And actually, the very first fish I caught was that smallmouth in the back of that creek where I was catching nothing but largemouth on the same bait.
That like last year at Humphreys when you sat there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, so I launched from Mouse Creek as well, and took me a little bit longer. You guys were already pushed off into your spots, and I just remember going to where I wanted to go, and I saw you all were like right there at the ramp. You made a hard left, and just I was like, damn, what do they know that I don't? And I was like, well, that's not a very big area, so I'm going to let them have it. I'm going to make a run to my spot. And
yeah, there ended up being, I think, 3 of us back there. And of course, the main pocket, it goes back there a ways. It gets but there were some fish back there Friday that even I, later on in the day, I tried to go back there and I didn't get bit. But I was able to stay. Like I said, I stayed. There's a little pocket inside that pocket, and I stayed right inside that till at least 9. And I caught 5 fish just out of that one pocket, literally just fan casting. And then right down before it, there's 2 big trees that I found last year, and this year the grass that grew out to them, so they were out at the edge of the grass. And I knew last year there were fish on those, so I literally I floated back just a little bit, positioned myself where I didn't give away the pocket, but I was still at those trees where I could reach them, and I was able to catch, I think it was my 3rd or 4th fish. It was one of the larger fish that I had, so I knew I was building at that point. And I believe I went back to the ramp to go to the bathroom at, it was probably 10. And I knew I needed a good fish. At that point, I think Modog already had his 81 inches or 81 and a quarter. And I knew I needed at least a 16-inch fish to even get to him. And I was in panic mode because at my bite literally shut off at about that time. I didn't catch another fish until that 17 and 3/4 there at probably 12:30, 12:45, whatever that 5th fish was. And then I literally had to sit there and watch the tracker from that time literally all the way till 3 o'clock. Like I told myself I couldn't watch it. I just had to. I watched every 30 minutes. I'd check it, and I literally just kept checking it. But I had to come out of that pocket, and that was where I ran into you. And I said that was the windier. It was pretty windy out there. I was struggling. I was having to wedge my anchor in some sticks just to stay where I was at. And at that point, I was throwing, I believe, a swim jig when I passed you, and they just didn't want it. And that was when I picked up the fluke, and I was throwing a weightless fluke. So you can imagine in 30-mile-an-hour winds how fun that was.
Yeah, I did not envy watching you.
Like
I did. I watched you trying to stay positioned, stay close enough and I could tell you were locked in on something. So I made sure I gave you room to drift past me since I was motoring up into the wind. And all of a sudden, I looked back over my shoulder, and all I heard was some splashing, and I thought I saw a big giant fish that you were holding or measuring. And I was like, damn it, I just like Rocky, just like Modog, I just went through there.
Yeah.
It hadn't been 5 minutes and you went right where I was. And
yeah. So that particular fish, there was that grass line we was on, and I was up real close to it because the sun was high at that point. So I thought, well, maybe these fish have got to be moving in the grass at some point. And so I was fishing. I was trying everything. I was throwing. I switched to that swim jig versus a spinner bait or chatter bait just so I could get it through that grass, hoping something would be up there. And when I got up there, I could see laid down timber essentially right where we were setting our kayaks. And so when I seen that, I thought, well, the fish were positioned off that grass in the pocket. Why wouldn't they be off here? So I literally drifted off to where it was an absolute reach to get my fluke to the grass. And I literally fished that submerged laid down timber out there. And that was where I caught that 17 3/4. And then I caught 4 other 14 and a halves that at that point obviously wasn't helping me, but I was
I'd already found that pattern of them trying to sit on some timber about 4 feet away from the grass. But I was throwing a spinnerbait. That's how I caught all mine early in the morning. And after I saw you catching something down there, you were talking about how you basically pegged a lizard into a Carolina rig. I'd already rigged one of those up with a craw.
Yeah.
So I saw you catching stuff, and I saw you throwing up into the grass. I started throwing my pegged craw up into the grass. But apparently they were down where you were, not where I was.
So it's funny you say that. So I tried to crawl Friday because I thought, it's just appendages and it's still essentially going to do the same thing. I didn't get bit on a crawl either. Like literally the only soft black stick I was getting bit on was that lizard. And I tried, I had green pumpkin, I had watermelon red. I had a pumpkin with a flake, kind of like a watermelon magic, and it didn't matter.
That's exactly what I had.
It did not matter what color it was. Like I got bit on, I had one bag of each, and so I rotated because I didn't want to just run out of if they were just eating that one. But I knew I needed at least 5 good bites. And so I literally was rotating early morning, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter what color it was. I think it was just the presentation of that lizard just floating with that lighter weight.
That's so interesting because I was straight north of you guys, good mile up in the wind, sending a orange and black crawl into the cattails, and that's where I got all my fish. And
right.
I mean,
I think that's what Modog said. He was using the fire crawl, and I never.
Yep.
Crazy how you can be in one area and just completely nothing works. You go to another area and use something completely different. So what a wild deal.
At awards, when you mentioned the fluke, I felt like an idiot because, I thought about putting a fluke on to throw up into that grass, and I just never did.
Yeah, well, it's just hard in that wind. Like I said, it wasn't any fun. That fish, I actually was pulling backlash out and reeled up, and that fish was already on there. Like that fish was skin hooked, and I was able to get it right to the kayak and in the net all in one motion. Like I really think that fish would have come off had it wanted to jump next to the kayak. And I never once caught another quality fish like that. So it'd been over for me right there.
Yeah, because you put 6 on up on Tourney X. So
yeah, and I didn't.
Did you catch any small ones that you didn't even photograph? Okay.
No, the 14s. I caught 4 other 14 and a halves after that last fish. I didn't picture them.
Okay.
So Lance, tell us a little bit about your big sponsor you always got on your chest, F5. Talk about F5 for a minute. Give them the shout out. Talk about what you're going to say for F5.
So F5, I was actually sought out. He seen me and my partner Chad Bailey fishing our little Thursday night derbies and winning here and there, and then we fished our championships together, and we've won a couple of those throughout the years. And he is actually really good friends with Bass Elite Pro Lee Livesey. And
Texas boy Lee, yeah, I know Lee.
He is actually out of Oklahoma City, and so he reached out to us and asked us to come do a tour and see if we'd be interested, and we were just kind of in shock. I mean, I was with Enigma beforehand, but it was one of those deals. You know, you fill out the form, you pay $25. If they accept you, they accept you, and it's a discount. Get discount rods and whatnot,
Sure.
And then we had to post pictures randomly and whatnot. Anyway, so he reached out to us, and I thought, well, that's worth it, and it's right here in town. It's not just some company that I have to order a rod from like any other person. And so he asked us to come in. We got to walk through the facility, look at where he builds the rods, look at how he tests the rods. I mean, he's actually a big swim bait guru, and that's how he started his rods, his swim bait rods. And then he got into the bass line. And,
you said he's here in Oklahoma?
He's in Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Yeah. I love things made in Oklahoma.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So we got on with him. There again, it's just a discount sponsor. But it works. I mean, I've had these rods, I want to say 4 seasons now, and I'm still using the same rods that I originally bought from him. And I've now had them a full season of kayak tournaments, several seasons of boat tournaments, pond fishing. Those right there are actually that's the Series 2. I'm still fishing with the Series 1s, and I haven't so much as even broken eyelet out on them. And when I haul these rods to the kayak tournaments, I throw them in the truck. And so I put a rod sleeve on them, and off we go. But I'll put a little plug in here. If you get on the site and enter Okie Fishing, all caps, you can save a little discount there.
There you go. I'm sure them rods for you are just like a confidence bait for a lot of folks, man. You get that in your hand for 4 years, and that's all you want to do. So I understand that 100%. That's pretty awesome, man.
So I will say this, like he's a real big swim bait guru. So the handle of these rods are a lot longer than most. And some guys that I know at the bottom that didn't really like the long handle. So they have, I think those are still the long handle ones. There was a few, I believe Tyler Rivette, he was on last year, the year before, and he had a series. I don't think they sell those anymore. Yeah, that's the 2s there. But they were a little bit shorter. And then I've even had a guy told me that he cut down the handle and put a new bud on it, and the rod still performs great. I haven't done that. I've got to where I really like that long handle. It feels weird for me to pick up a different rod now.
Well, that's awesome, man. Link yourself out there. Let F5 rods know that you talked about them, and that's pretty cool, man. It's neat to you get a relationship with somebody like that after 4 years, and kind of like I say, kind of like confidence bait.
It is. And like I said, I've been just blown away that I was with Enigma for several years as well, and I can't tell you how many rods I broke, not from neglect, but literally hook sets, eyes breaking. I mean, those ceramic eyes, they all the time, break just randomly, whether you're poking them in there trying to get a hook unhooked from a tree or whatever. I've done the same thing with these rods, and I've yet to break anything on the rod.
Just realized I'd muted myself. You were talking confidence baits, and I was like, yeah, just like my spinner bait, and nobody said a damn thing.
Well, the floor is yours, Lance. Anybody else you want to thank or talk to? You got any other sponsors on that shirt? I just know I see the F5, and being an old storm chaser, that just gets me giddy.
Yeah. Yep. So last year I was approached by an insurance company as well, Sager Insurance. They're out of Marlow, Oklahoma. They actually gave me some money for entries last year. So that was pretty cool. They reached out to me and said that they wanted to help out. And I said, I'll take anything you want to give. And I was shocked that they gave money. And then this year I picked up another one. It is actually Local Guy Roofing. He reached out again, and there again, he gave me money for tournaments this season as well.
Awesome.
So is the insurance company, is it Arthur Sager?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm about to pop that up there for you.
There you go.
Maybe. Did it? Nope, wrong one. Hold on. We'll get there. I'll get there. There we go.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
I've got my all my insurance through him now.
Well, and I am in the market for new insurance, so
there you go.
Maybe giving him a call.
He's with farmers there, but he doesn't just deal with just a certain agency. He can reach out to all of them and get you the best plan. And that's what I liked about him.
Okay. So he's an insurance broker as well.
Yes.
He's got more than just farmers.
Yes.
All right. Well, there's some contact information, phone number, address. If those of us down here in the Southwest or anywhere in the state, I'm sure he can
it's right
help
there
us
on
out.
81 and Main on Marlow. Can't miss it.
Marlow, that's the town where they paint the trees.
Where they what?
Isn't that Marlow? Isn't that the town that got the white painted trees? The bottom parts of the trees are painted. Okay, I've been through that town before. Okay.
Well, we're not going to get into it, but yeah, that's where my family's originally from. Way back when. The reason why their mascot is the Outlaws. That's my family. I'll just leave it at that one.
Well, I will say, Lance, it's awesome to fish with you. You're quite the stick. I watched you at Crowder with a fluke, just the most finesse thing I ever saw there for a while. And I'm glad you come and joined us last year and fished. I'm glad you're with us again this year. I'm glad you're taking home some cash and some trophies, and hope you have a great season. I appreciate you coming on. And it's 8:00, and Barry Bond's finally on. That dude's an hour late again, Barry. Come on, man. But,
come on, Barry. Hey, here's some late breaking news. We might have Sean Van Noy here for the Wichita Roadrunner.
Oh, there you go. And
a couple of weeks.
He must be on one of your other channels. I don't see him popping up here. So
maybe.
So, Lance is quite the stick. We're privileged to have him along. I remember seeing the first time at Humphreys and saying, "Who's that dude that went over there and parked in that hole
up to a tree and kicked our ass?"
Yep. And that was probably one of the more windy days I've fished too.
Oh,
man, the wind was howling that day.
Yeah.
And
you know what? I came right by you again that day too.
Did that too?
And I caught a nice crappie
right in front of you.
Yeah.
Dale,
and then you finally said, "I've had enough of this. I'm going." I tried your spot and caught absolutely nothing for the next hour, and it was like, "All right, I'm done too."
Stay away from him, Dale. Somebody else wants to win some of these damn things.
Well, actually, apparently all I'm hearing is I'm still good luck. Every time I go by somebody, apparently they win. Or at least they catch a fish.
I appreciated your red fish finder at Texoma last year.
You're welcome.
Lance, we appreciate you coming on. We're going to spend the next few minutes spinning the wheel. You can
Spinning the wheel.
We're going to spin the
All
wheel
right.
and see who's fishing with who. And look forward to seeing you Friday and Saturday, my friend.
Awesome. I
Great
appreciate
win.
it.
Great win. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks
so
for coming on.
You
I'm
bet.
making a new note. I'm making a new note so that when you spin the wheels, we put them on here. So,
Yeah, you better.
all right. So I got my notes ready. He's got the Joe Key spinner wheel.
Do we have any?
We got the people who have entered so far. Oh, we need
Yeah, so-
cute.
Well, I mean, yeah. Did we have anybody else sign up since we started talking?
No, nobody popped up. It would have popped up on my phone. And like I
Okay.
say, like me and you talked about before, Matt Haynes, who's fished with us last year, fishes with OKC and those boys. He's interested because he's got an off week. He's got to work that night, so he's going to let us know. So I guess when we get down, if we get down to the end and we have an odd number, we'll pray somebody else shows up or we'll do something.
Yeah, so right now I think I got 13 names on the wheel. I know we've got 13. Let me try to pop this up here. So this is what we've got signed up. We've got 13 anglers signed up. So right now that's an odd number. So whoever's last, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Trophies are already made. We know the numbers are a little low. We know it's a busy time of year, but we're going to roll with it. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a hell of a cookout before. Got the burgers and everything ready to go. So,
all right, so here we go. Let's go for the first person.
Hey, Big Mike said he might jump in there. He said he might jump in.
All right, whoever's last gets to go with Big Mike.
Okay, so the first one is Danny Harlow.
Yep, Danny Harlow.
If you don't remember Danny is the kid who got big fish at Gene from the city, originally from Florida. Looking forward to him coming back and fishing with us. So Danny Harlow is in the first spot.
All right, here we go.
Danny Harlow's teammate will be. Oh, look at there, Papa Rock. We are going to have to get that. We're going to pull out the OU stuff for that day because he is a big-time OU fan. So, all right, I'll get a hold of Danny and we'll figure out where we're going. All right, Team 2. Barry Bond, Motorhead.
All right, so who's Barry's teammate?
Bill Patton. Bill Patton and Barry Bond teaming up.
All right.
Barry, I'll tell you right now, just follow Dale and throw your bait at the back of his kayak. You will win.
Yeah. It works for you. It works for Lance. It worked for Modog. You guys are killing me.
All right, third team guy here.
Jeff
Williams, new guy, new man. Jeff Williams.
Sorry, they're coming across backwards on the screen, but
not what I'm reading, is it? No, it's
right. Good.
I will get Jeff's information out to his teammate, who is Lance Hodges. So Lance is going to have to fish with the new guy.
Or the new guy has to fish with Lance, one of the two.
Could be a sleeper deal right there. Could be a sleeper deal.
That could be.
Boomer Sooner, Barry Bond. Hell yeah, man. Steven Seacrest. With us. Great to see Steve with us.
Reset the wheel or pick a new one. What?
Clear out the names, maybe. Every time somebody
was that.
Every time somebody.
How many names did you write down?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
They just added all those names back in there. Hold on. Okay. We're going to have to edit the wheel. So
I would go down to the bottom every time that somebody won and delete their name.
well, it was supposed to automatically do that. So
Yeah.
it's picked Barry, it's picked Lance,
Danny Harlow, me, Jeff Williams, and Steven Seacrest.
and it picked you.
Yep.
So I've
Yep,
got
well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 names left. Is that right?
Yeah, 7 and no. Yeah, because Seacrest is 7th. My bad. Yeah, so you got 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So who's going with Steven Seacrest? Bond's just going to throw a rope around your kayak, and you're going to pull
All
him
right.
over.
Does that look right?
Yep, let's go.
All right.
I can't see it, so I'm just saying, yeah, let's go. Shots, Brian Shots. Steven Seacrest. That could be a killer team right there. They both are great with their live scopes and hanging out. All right, the next team. Mike Exum and Nash Kibler. We got to know Nash. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
At one of the cookouts, even though I called him Nate because I was drunk.
It's because we get into that horns down early.
Dude, I do. Corey, another new guy that hung out with us.
See, it's wanting me to reset the wheel.
I don't know.
So hold on. Got to edit. So Nash has been picked. Is that correct?
Yep.
And Mike Exum has been picked.
And Corey Burns and Brian Schatz.
So I've got 2 names left on the wheel.
Modog and who?
Curtis.
Yes.
All right. Modog and Curtis.
And it's
Curtis. So, how about if Big Mike signs up, it's Big Mike and Modog.
Or Matt Haynes and Bodog. And Modog, I don't know if you know Matt Haynes, but he's a stick too. He might not be the stick Mike is, but boy, I'll tell you what.
So the next person to sign up gets to be Modog's partner.
Yes. If everybody would shout, everybody get together with your partner. If you need connection information, let me know. I'll send a note out on, I'll build something.
Put it on our Facebook.
On our Facebook. I'll get you that information. Get me a team name. I don't care where you fish.
I've already forgotten.
But give me a team name, and we will build the teams inside of Tourney X. Mr. Dwayne Wally, my buddy, said he'd help me out there. And just to go over some things, I will add them to the rules. But Duncan, Clear Lake, Fuquay, Humphreys, all 4. Don't care where you go. Don't know.
Probably camping at Humphreys Friday night.
Is that where you want to camp? That'd be good.
Yeah.
Where we camped last year, we'll have the cookout at Humphreys. I'll put that out too. And good. Not we got a shorter or smaller group with some folks being gone. We are still going to have trophies we got 2 slate trophies for first, 2 slate trophies for second, 2 slate trophies for third, and 1 big bass trophy. Spoiled dog out of Duncan, the trophy sponsor. She made 7 of them for me. We'll get down to Duncan and get them picked up. She does cupcakes and stuff too, so she's going to send me some sponsor information. We're going to start throwing her name out because I tell you what, I'd eat a cupcake before I eat a slate trophy. So
yeah. Cupcake with some horns down apple pie sounds really good to me.
Oh boy. Well, 8:05. Anything else you want to talk about, brother? We kind of roll an hour a little bit, but
yeah. I think Team Motorhead. Barry, let me know if Team Motorhead works.
He's the motorhead.
Because, I got a motor this year. I mean,
yeah. And he's got a 383, evidently.
I got a 3. It's 3 horsepower, but
Yeah.
I got a 336. That's what I got. I got a 336. 3 horsepower, 36 volt battery out there charging right now.
Well, looky there. Modog has a partner.
Modog has a partner. Who signed up?
Timothy Vaughn.
Timothy Vaughn.
His daughter doesn't play. What's that damn? His daughter doesn't play until 3:30 or something, so he's in. So
did he just sign up on Tourney X?
Came across Tourney X, and the PayPal money just hit.
All right. So Mr. Timothy Vaughn and Mr. Modog. I may follow them around just to listen to them.
And then if Big Mike gets time to go, we'll reach out and call old Matt Haynes and say, get on the road, Matt. Come fish with Big Mike.
Yeah.
They might take our money because those two are sticks. But,
well,
cool.
Barry, I expect you to be pre-fishing out there for me.
Yeah. Modog and Timothy Vaughn. The two Tims.
The Tims.
Tim squared.
Two Tims.
Tim squared. Tim and Timmer.
They could be team dominator. Reed Timmer.
Tim and Timmer.
Tim and Timmer. All right. So yeah, get us your team names. Get them to Rocky because he'll set them up on Tourney X, and we'll get out there Friday night, Saturday, and have a good old time.
Yep. And what was I going to say? We're going to do the cookout. Going to have hamburgers and hot dogs. Sure like to see some other guys come visit with us. I know Nash and Corey hung with us last time. Brian Newton hung with us. I think Brian had something going this weekend. But we're going to have a lot of fun this weekend. We're going to throw some hardware out, give away some money. No AOY points this weekend.
No AOY points.
Just having a good old time. So. You got anything else, Del? You want to?
No. I would say keep an eye on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
And if you're joining us from X, welcome in. I know I saw Horns Down retweeted us again while we've been on. So great sponsor. I'll just say it again. You know what? He deserves another shot. That's what he deserves.
All right.
Dink, this one's for you, my friend.
You better pray I don't get piss tested tomorrow.
Oh, I do have to go into the office. They found us a desk space. So, the Dink, thank you, brother.
Thank you, Dink. Dink holler, boys.
We'll see you all Friday night and Saturday, and next time we're live.
Peace and lily pads, Dale. Appreciate everything, buddy. We're having a fun time with the podcast.
See, hold on. I got to drink. I poured it. I didn't drink it. Good stuff. We'll see y'all next time, guys. Thanks for joining us.